Hi, I'm Ellie Vesey-Thompson, the Deputy Police and Crime Commissioner for Surrey, and today I'm at Shepperton Swan Sanctuary, highlighting a really important and devastating issue. Since the beginning of the year, there's been a spate of catapult attacks on swans in Surrey and Hampshire. So far this year, 7 of these beautiful birds have been killed, 5 within the first 2 weeks of 2024 alone. These horrible and unnecessary attacks were committed using projectiles from catapults and BB guns. Today I've been speaking with Danni Rogers, who volunteers here at the sanctuary, to learn more about his efforts to ban the sale and carrying of catapults, an issue that I have previously raised with ministers too. Danni, could you tell me a bit more about your petition that you've created and sort of why you set it up?
Of course. So currently we're going through a wildlife crime pandemic where we are seeing a lot more attacks on wildlife, particularly swans and geese, where they're using catapults, ball bearings. So the petition is basically there to make catapults less accessible to people. You know, people are carrying them on the streets, in public places. So we need to remove the catapult from the street from these people who are using them for devastating attacks. And the best way to stop those attacks is by removing the catapult.
And what sort of injuries do you see from swans and geese and other birds that have been hit by a catapult?
The extreme, death, where they've been shot in the head, shot in the neck, and an agonising death. Other ones are broken necks, broken legs, embedded in the bills and their beaks, punctured eyes, blind. So it goes from one extreme to being death or disabled, unable to be released back into the wild.
I wholeheartedly agree with Danni that more legislation around catapult use and possession is urgently needed. Currently, catapults are not illegal in Britain unless they're being used or carried as a weapon. Using catapults for target practice or hunting is not illegal as long as the carrier is on private property. However, all wild birds, including swans, are protected under the Wildlife and Countryside Act 1981. In the wrong hands, catapults can become silent, lethal weapons, and as well as these horrific attacks on our wildlife, are often associated with vandalism and antisocial behaviour. I believe more must be done to protect both our wildlife and property, both across our county and the country. I'd like to thank Mel, Danni and Sally, who have welcomed me here today, as well as the whole team here at the sanctuary, both staff and volunteers, for their tireless efforts to protect our swans and wildlife.